Matthew Judon on the move, as Jordan Schultz was the first to report that the Patriots are trading Matthew Judon to the Atlanta Falcons. Also reporting that the Patriots will receive a 2025 third-round pick in return. Contract situation here in New England, which Andy wanted a resolution for that. Well, there's a resolution.
I was about to fall asleep here. It's 1:10 a.m. in Spain currently, and we just got breaking news that the New England Patriots are making a huge trade with the Atlanta Falcons, which is frustrating some Patriots fans. So I felt like it was important to explain why this is a remarkable trade for both sides. Before we get to the content, we are giving away copies of Madden 25. All you have to do is be enter, subscribe, and turn on our notifications for this channel. And now that we get all that out of the way, NFL season's finally here, and PrizePicks is hooking us up fat with a brand new deal. New users that make a lineup of $5 get $50 guaranteed. All you have to do is go to the link in the description down below, download PrizePicks, create an account, and use my promo code Mikerophone to get $50 guaranteed when you make a lineup of $5 or more. I give away my picks each and every day on my Instagram account @TheFlightMike, and thank you PrizePicks for the sponsor.
We wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't ask you what happened last Monday from your perspective.
We had a conversation. I didn't want to be a distraction to the team, so I went inside. I wasn't participating in those drills that day, so I went inside, and then I got a message, so I came back and talked to the GM, our GMs. Then I went back inside. Sorry, I'm animated. I talk with my hands, but that's, I'm gonna start talking like this and not be so animated.
Mayo said you guys had a
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The New England Patriots are in a very difficult situation, primarily because they don't have a lot of talent on their roster, but secondarily because nobody really wants to play for them. I mean, if you take a look at their offseason, originally they were going after Calvin Ridley to potentially get their brand new quarterback that they were planning on drafting, which would eventually be Drake May, a wide receiver 1. But Calvin Ridley wasn't interested in joining the Patriots. Last week we found out that Brandon Ayuk, who was desperate for a brand new contract and wanted to get paid by the San Francisco 49ers, would have gotten a $32 million per year average from the New England Patriots. But he simply didn't want to play for the New England Patriots. Why? Because this is a team that needs to rebuild from scratch. Every aspect of their team needs help, except probably their defensive backs. I mean, Christian Gonzalez is a stud, but that aside, it's really hard to find a bright spot on this New England Patriots team, apart from Joe Milton late in preseason games. Drake May appears to be the most raw QB prospect out of everyone on the board. And I've been critical of the Patriots for selecting Drake May as opposed to trading that number 3 overall pick to the Minnesota Vikings for multiple first-round picks, or the New York Giants for the 6th overall pick and a future first-round pick that could potentially be very valuable in the future. But instead, the Patriots held pat and took Drake May with the number 3 overall pick. And I don't mean to get on a tangent here, but when you're in one of the most competitive divisions in football, with the New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, and Buffalo Bills being in your division, but also are one of the worst rosters in football and are very likely to potentially get the number 1 overall pick this year, the only option you do have at that point is to move on from your existing assets and get anything you really could in return for them. And that was the case with the New England Patriots and Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon originally was a huge acquisition by the New England Patriots in 2021. He came over and immediately set the Patriots on fire with a 12.5 sack season. In 2022, he had a career year with 15.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. But last year, he ran into some injury issues, and that was his contract year. So Matt Judon was essentially telling the Patriots that, hey, I've played some really good years for you guys. It's time to extend me, and I want a big payday. The Patriots, on the other hand, didn't really feel like Matthew Judon deserved top defensive end money. And Matt Judon is currently 31 years old, so could potentially really be his final big payday in the NFL. So as a result of this, there were some questions of whether or not the Patriots were going to be able to hold on to Matt Judon at all. And ultimately, we would get our answer because we would find out from Ian Rappaport early in Wednesday that the New England Patriots are trading pass rusher Matt Judon to the Atlanta Falcons, landing Atlanta a standout on defense. It's a third rounder going back. At long last, New England resolves its situation with Judon with a trade. Diana Rossini immediately said that the Patriots trading pass rusher Matt Judon to the Falcons for a third round pick is a good move for both. Several teams had been talking to the Patriots for the last 3 days. This is a huge win for New England, getting a third round in trade compensation. Look, it's very common to see this. Anytime you see a good football player traded for a late round pick, immediately fans will come out and say, it's a fleece. Oh my God, it's a fleece. The problem with Matt Judon isn't necessarily the fact that he's not a good football player. He's an incredible edge rusher, and for the Atlanta Falcons, this is a great value. The problem is more the fact that you don't know how many more good years he has in the tank, and on top of that, the Atlanta Falcons are going to have to pay him a contract that would keep him there for the long term, or he might just leave after this season. This could very much be a Von Miller Los Angeles Rams type of season for Matt Judon. All of these things affect Judon's value, which is why the New England Patriots received a third round pick in return. But even then, this would typically be a scenario where you would get a fourth or a fifth round pick in return for a player like Matt Judon just based off of his age alone. The fact that the Patriots were able to get a third round pick is incredible value for Judon, and it's honestly something that's going to help them significantly more than if they were to just hold on to Judon in a year that I'm expecting them to not make it to the playoffs. In the case of the Atlanta Falcons, they get something that they desperately needed, and that's edge rushing, particularly because they're one of the worst teams last year in pressuring the quarterback late in games. As a matter of fact, the Falcons have had the lowest pressure rate in the NFL over the last 3 years. Their new offensive linebacker, Matt Judon, has the 7th highest pressure rate during that time. For the New England Patriots, they really didn't have much of a choice but to make this trade, primarily because whether you held on to Judon or you didn't hold on to Judon, this is a team that is trending towards a rebuild and needs as many assets as humanly possible for that rebuild. With that being said, I'm very confused by both teams, and that's because from the New England Patriots perspective, if you're in a situation where you need as much assets as possible, shouldn't you have traded the number 3 overall pick to the Vikings for multiple first round picks or the Giants for multiple first round picks? And in the case of the Atlanta Falcons, if you're really all in on this core that you currently have, why draft Michael Penix with the 8th overall pick in the NFL draft? I really like the Atlanta Falcons odds at winning their division as a result of this trade. I just wish that there was significantly more consistency when it came to team building from the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. I guess in the case of the Patriots, they're clearly understanding that the direction that they're going in is in a rebuild. I just wish they went about it in a significantly different way. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this trade. If you're a Patriots fan or a Falcons fan, I give the Atlanta Falcons an A and the Patriots a B for this trade. Grade the trade in the comment section down below. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.